My name's Sarah Bird and I'm prop master. I did the props for On the Levee, the LCT3 production at the Duke. I work with the designer to make their vision happen by way of furniture, hand props, rugs, set dressing, any lamps, practicals, basically get all that stuff. I work with the designer who often has a great relationship with the director, so knows what they want. But I do research and we just chat, and if something's a period piece, it's quite easy because you can just stick with what's true to the period. So with this show it was 1927, so it was kind of obvious what I was going for because everything had to be from that kind of era. But the most important thing is to please the designer, the director and the actors. Google image is really helpful. You just Google something and everything comes up that you could possibly imagine. Print it out, show it to the designer, and they say what they like, and then you get it. There's a great rental house that's in New Jersey that I often use, and they pretty much have everything that you could possibly want, so I just went there and picked out a lot of stuff. And Lincoln Center also has a great stock, so I used a lot of their stuff. But the 20s is an era that is very well documented, so it was easy to find. I got in touch with the Greenville Historical Society to see if they had any images of specific props that were used on the levee, because in the show all the workers are supposed to be wearing a tag that says labourer, and I'd read about it but I couldn't find any images, so I was sort of at a loss. So I got in touch with the museum, and they then forwarded my email to all of these people that used to live in Greenville and still live in Greenville, and I got so many emails back about these labourer tags, some really funny ones and some interesting ones from people whose parents had worked on the levee and stuff like that. They were so helpful. I guess it's a small community, so they were really excited about the prospect of a show set in their levee. This one person, I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman, sent me an email with a link to a railroad museum site for railroad enthusiasts, and it had a picture of an old train ticket, which I also needed, so that was really great. One of the people sent a photo of the exact thing I was looking for, which they just happened to have a photo of some labourers on the levee, and they helped, suggested lots of books that I could look at for reference. I had a tricky time finding a wheelbarrow, actually, because wheelbarrows, you can still buy wheelbarrows now that are designed exactly the same as they were in the 20s, but they're really brightly coloured and lots of plastic, and I really wanted to find an old bashed up wheelbarrow, and they didn't have any at this rental place, and they're very big and cumbersome wheelbarrows, so I couldn't just go and put one in my car. And then I happened to ask my friend who has a house upstate, and she checked in her barn and she had an old one that was full of concrete, so I had to clean it out of all the concrete, but it's on stage now and it works fine. But bizarrely enough, that was the hardest one to find, and they really needed it. But the sandbags also, they're very heavy, 50 pounds, so, and the actors actually have to lift them and move them, and 50 pounds is too much for an actor to move, so I had to make prop sandbags which are full of rubber, actually, shredded rubber that you put in a playground, so they look like they're full but they're actually, I guess, 20 pounds, a lot lighter, because lifting sand breaks your back. They will be labourers. It's just really nice to work on a show that's based on true events. It's very rare that happens, especially in New York, because it's usually escapism from reality that people want to see on stage, and this is real. And I think Leah's done a great job showing how the people felt. On the Levee is in previews now, opens the 28th of June at the Duke on 42nd Street. It's great, you should come see it.